In this problem, we're told an airplane passenger has 100 centimeters cubed of air in his stomach just before the plane takes off from a sea level airport. What volume will the air have at a cruising altitude if the cabin pressure drops to 7.5 times 10 to the 4 Newton meters squared? So the way we're going to solve this problem is by using this law, which basically tells us the pressure times the volume at one point is equal to the pressure times the volume at another point, right? And we know it's going to be constant temperature. And so the way we're going to solve this, right, we're trying to find the volume at the second point, right? So we're trying to find V2 essentially. So if we want to solve for V2, we can divide both sides by P2, and basically just tells us the volume at this second one is equal to P1 V1 over P2. So now what we got to do is just find P1, V1, and P2. And so luckily we're just given all these. So let's just go ahead and write them down though. So P1 is the pressure in the first point, right? So that's when he has 100 centimeters cubed, right? That's the volume, right? The first volume is 100 centimeters cubed, right? And this is when he's at sea level. And so this is just going to be, since they're telling us he's at sea level, basically they tell us the pressure is just standard pressure, so 1 atm. But when we solve this, we need to make sure we're in pascals. So the way you convert is you just need to know 1 atm is just equal to 1.01325 times 10 to the 5, and then the units are just Newton meters squared. So yeah, that's going to be P1 and V1, and then P2, they tell us it's just when the pressure drops to, and then they give it to us, 7.5 times 10 to the 4 Newton, and then it's going to be meters squared. So now we have P1, V1, and P2, so all we have to do is plug them in. So V2 equals P1, which is 1.01325 times 10 to the 5. V1 is just going to be 100 centimeters cubed. And so keep in mind, since this is in centimeters cubed, our volume, right, this is going to be in centimeters cubed, right, because the pascals are just going to cancel, right? Newton per meter squared is just pascals. So 7.5 times 10 to the 4, and then I'm not going to write the units, but yeah. So what you want to go ahead and do is just plug this in, right, into your calculator, and you're going to get that it equals about 135.1, and then the units are, again, centimeters cubed. So V2, or essentially the volume, right, the volume we're looking for is this value right here. And yeah, if you want to convert into meters, you can, or meters cubed, you can. But yeah, this is your answer, and hopefully you found this useful.